Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be using sum and difference identities in order to evaluate cosine 11 pi over 12 without using a calculator. So whenever we have something that isn't in the first quadrant, there's a chance we might need to use another identity first in order to help us to figure it out. And this case is no exception. Recall that cosine of pi minus theta is equal to negative cosine theta. And because that's the case, we can use that in order to simplify the expression down here. So let's go ahead and do that. Cosine 11 pi over 12 is the same thing as cosine of pi minus pi over 12, which according to this identity right here, then that means this is equal to negative cos of pi over 12. Okay, so that's our first steps. Next, what we need to do is we need to figure out what sum or difference would give us pi over 12, and the sum and difference must consist of values that we're either able to find out from special triangles or that we're able to figure out from the parent function graph or the unit circle, something like that we know. So from the parent function graph, it could be pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 4. We would also accept something like pi over 2, as we could figure out what that is based on the parent function graph, that sort of thing as well. So in this case, for pi over 12, that would be pi over 3 minus pi over 4. So therefore, this is equal to negative cosine of pi over 3 minus pi over 4. And just to prove that that is the case really quick up here, pi over 3 minus pi over 4 is equal to, if we multiply both numerator and denominator of the first one by 4, we get 4 pi over 12. And then if we multiply numerator and denominator of the second one by 3, we get 3 pi over 12. And so that's going to give us pi over 12. So that's kind of just there to prove that, yes, pi over 3 minus pi over 4 is indeed the same as pi over 12. And so we're allowed to make this substitution. Then I'm going to go back actually to these identities up here and figure out which identity we should use. Well, we have cosine of, a difference of cosine. So therefore, we should use this fourth identity right here. So therefore, cosine of, or negative cosine of 3 pi over 3 minus pi over 4 is equal to the negative version of cos pi over 3 cos pi over 4 plus sine pi over 3 sine pi over 4. Okay, and then we're going to use the special triangle to figure out what that is. So what's cos of pi over 3? Well, according to the special triangle, it's going to be 1/2 because it is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's going to be 1/2. And then what's cosine of pi over 4? Well, that's going to be 1 over root 2, like that. Then we have sine pi over 3, which is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So that's root 3 over 2 times sine pi over 4, which is 1 over root 2, like that. And then let's simplify this further. This is going to be negative 1 over 2 root 2 plus root 3 over 2 root 2, which is going to be equal to the negative version of 1 plus root 3 over 2 root 2. Now, this isn't really proper formatting. We should get proper formatting by multiplying the numerator and denominator by root 2. Reason being is that we don't want to have a radical sign in the denominator in the final answer, as that's considered bad form. So therefore, we would have, using our distributive property here, root 2 plus root 6, right? Because reminder, we're distributing the negative 2 into the 1. So the root 2 times 1 is going to give us root 2. Root 2 times root 3 gives us root 6, so keep that in mind. And then in the denominator, we would have 2 times root 2 times root 2, and that's just the same as 2 times 2, which is 4. And so this is indeed our final answer. Any questions, please put them in the comment section, and we'll see you for the next one.